Before the rise of modern nations, before the first ships from the Old World crossed the vast expanse of the Atlantic, North America was a land teeming with life and vibrant civilizations. For millennia, this continent was shaped not by kings and empires in the European sense, but by a diverse tapestry of peoples who built remarkable societies, established intricate networks of trade, and developed profound connections to the world around them. From the dense forests of the East to the arid deserts of the Southwest, their legacy is etched into the very landscape, a story waiting to be rediscovered. This is the story of a continent's first peoples, a journey back to a time of monumental earthworks, sprawling cities, and sophisticated nations that flourished long before the maps were redrawn. Our journey begins in the fertile river valleys of the Ohio and Mississippi, home to the Hopewell tradition. These were not just hunter-gatherers. They were master architects and engineers, whose legacy is preserved in the form of massive, geometrically precise earthworks and monumental burial mounds that still dot the landscape. These structures were more than just tombs. They were ceremonial centers, astronomical observatories, and focal points for a culture that valued community and spiritual life. The influence of the Hopewell peoples radiated outward through an astonishingly vast trade network. Imagine a continental marketplace where shimmering shells from the Gulf of Mexico, lustrous copper from the Great Lakes, and sharp, volcanic obsidian from the Rocky Mountains traveled thousands of miles, passed from hand to hand, connecting disparate communities in a shared web of commerce and culture. Further south, along the lifeblood of the great Mississippi River, another powerful civilization rose to prominence. The Mississippian culture gave birth to North America's first true city, the magnificent metropolis of Cahokia. At its peak, this sprawling urban center was larger than London was at the time, a bustling hub of commerce, politics, and religion. Dominating its skyline was the colossal Monk's Mound, a terraced pyramid of earth larger at its base than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Picture the scenes of daily life: farmers tending to vast fields of maize, the crop that fueled their society; vibrant marketplaces alive with the sounds of trade and negotiation; and thousands gathering for elaborate ceremonies atop the city's many mounds, their lives governed by the rhythms of the sun and the seasons. As we move westward into the sun-drenched canyons of the Southwest, we encounter the ancestors of the modern Pueblo peoples. Here, in a stark and challenging environment, they achieved architectural feats that continue to inspire awe. Carved directly into sheer cliff faces, cities like Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon stand as testaments to their ingenuity and resilience. These were not primitive shelters, but sophisticated multi-story apartment complexes, housing hundreds of people and serving as centers for community and defense. To survive in this arid land, they became masters of water management, engineering complex systems of canals, dams, and reservoirs to channel precious rainfall and river flows to their crops. This advanced irrigation transformed the desert into a place of agricultural abundance, allowing their culture to blossom. Finally, our journey takes us to the rich eastern woodlands, the domain of the Haudenosaunee, or the Iroquois Confederacy. This was not a kingdom ruled by a single monarch, but a groundbreaking political alliance of 6 distinct nations: the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and later, the Tuscarora, bound together by a constitution known as the Great Law of Peace. Their sophisticated system of representative government, with its principles of debate, consensus, and balance of power, would later inspire some of the founding fathers of the United States. Life revolved around the Longhouse, a communal dwelling that sheltered multiple families and served as the fundamental unit of their matrilineal society. They were a people of the forest, their lives intricately woven with the natural world that sustained them. From the mound builders of the Ohio Valley to the city planners of the Mississippi, the story of pre-Columbian North America is one of astonishing diversity and profound achievement. This rich heritage, a mosaic of cultures that thrived for thousands of years, is not a forgotten prelude to history, but a foundational chapter in the story of this continent. It is a legacy of resilience, innovation, and deep spiritual connection to the land. a legacy that continues to endure in the hearts and minds of their descendants today, a living link to a world that once was.